Good morning children. We are seeing agriculture lessons. So this is the final topic we are going to see. So last class we discussed about the food crops and other than grains. So now we are going to see non-food crops. So we cannot eat this food. We cannot use this for eatable things. So there are four types of non-food crops we are cultivating in our country. One is rubber, fiber crops. In that fiber crops, cotton, jute. So these are the four major crops we are cultivating in our country. We will see one by one in a detailed form. So first thing, rubber. So rubber is a equatorial crop and also it's grown in tropical and subtropical region. So it has a special quality. So it will take some area to grow. So especially equatorial, tropical and subtropical area. So in this three region it can grow. And what kind of temperature it's need? It needs some moist and humid climate. So it wants more rainfall. Then only it can cultivate it. So what is the annual rainfall? The centimeter of annual rainfall is 200 centimeter. So 200 centimeter of more than 200 centimeters we need. And then temperature above 25 degree Celsius. And where it can grow, the state of producing rubber is Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andaman and Nicobar Island and Meghalaya. So these are the places we can cultivate rubber. Now the second one is that fiber crops. So what are the fiber crops? There are four major fiber crops we can see here. One is cotton, jute, hemp and natural silk. So this is the four major fiber crops. So we are requiring that what is the natural silk? We are rearing silkworm to producing silk. It's called as a sericulture. We can cultivate from silkworm. And then jute. So cotton. Cotton is that kharif crop. So we know that it is a kharif crop and grown in black cotton soil in Deccan Plateau region. So it mostly cultivated in Deccan Plateau region. So it needs black cotton soil. And it requires what kind of temperature? It's high temperature. It needs high temperature and less rainfall or irrigations. And it needs 210 frost-free days. What is meant by frost-free days? Is nothing but the first fall of spring to the first fall of winter. So in between these days it's required nearly 200 to 206. Maybe sometimes it's extend the range. It's called, here also it's extend 206 to 210. So it's called as the frost free days. It's required that, once again I repeat, first fall of spring to first fall of winter. It's required that the frost free days and it needs bright sunshine. So these are the things it required to cultivate cotton. Next, so the producing state of cotton, where we can produce here the Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. So these are the producing state of cotton. So next fiber crops, what are that? Is jute. Jute, it's grow well in well-drained area of fertile soil in floodplains. So it's need that circulation of soil. It's available only in that floodplain area. So it need that fertile soil. So it will what is that? How can regaining that fertility by flood. And then major jute producing state where we can producing, that is at West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Odisha and Meghalaya. So these are the major jute producing state. So why we are using that jute? Jute is used to making say gunny bag, mats, rope, yarn, carpet and other artifact products. So these are the things we are used for the jute. And so technology and institutional reform. So this is the last topic we can see in this lesson. So technology and institutional reform. What is mean by reform? So reform is that changing something from old to new. So what are the changes happen in technology as well as in institutional? So technology, we know that why we are using technology. In 9th standard we discussed about the green revolution. So green revolution is nothing but using modern technology in the cultivation process and producing more crops. So we need more crops, so that we are using the technology in the land and we are using chemical products. Likewise, there is some reform done in this agriculture. We will see in one by one. First, more than 60% of population of our country depends upon agriculture. So in that agriculture, they need the major institutional reforms. So what are the institutional reforms they have done? One is that collectivizations, consolidation of holding land, cooperation and abolition of zamindar. What is this institutional reform? So in olden days, after independence, these reforms are done. But before that, many people hold many lands. They collected from the small pieces of land and joined together and made it one land. That's called as consolidation of holding lands. And zamindar, they have more lands, property. So every property belongs to these kinds of people, and other peoples doesn't have the land. First, they made a revolution in this kinds of institutional. After that, 1960s to 1970s. So what they have done? Green and white revolution. I said before, what is green revolution? So revolution done in the agriculture, they including more technological in that agriculture to give more productions. For that they are using the green production. You know that white revolution, see, it's done, it is a operation flood. It is happen in the milk productions. They support the milk production and they support the farmers, and it's all done for the improvement condition of agriculture. And 1980s to 1990s, so there is a program scheme they have started for the benefit of farmers. So comprehensive land development program. So what is the program? So these programs help the farmers and get some financial support. So first, what are the things included in the scheme, the program scheme? One is that crop insurance. If we get less profit or some damage in the crop, we can claim the insurance from the government side. So one is the crop insurance. Grammy Bank, cooperative society and banks, they started the bank to support the financial support to the farmers. And KCC is nothing but Kisan Credit Card. And PAIS, that is nothing but Personal Accident Insurance Scheme. So these are introduced by the government, and if we have some permanent disability or it may goes to the death of a farmer, they can cover 50,000 rupees from the government, or else it may have some risk. We can claim 25,000 minimum. So these are the benefit of KCC and PAIS. And so the support of weather bulletins and agricultural program introduced. So introduced in radio and TV to know that forecasting that weather condition to the farmers. And finally, the minimum support price and remunerative and procurement price for the important crops. So why they are giving that these kinds of price to the farmer? So in olden days they are called as zamindars and middlemen, speculators. So there are many people who exploit the farmers. So to avoid these kinds of exploitation of farmer, they introduce these kinds of scheme in those days. So this is that revolutions or the reformation done in technology and institutional. So children, this is the lesson. This is the last topic we finished. So remaining things, everything is omitted. So that is a deleted portion. You can go through these notes with the video and take your own points with the help of book. Read the books once again and take your own point based on understanding. Okay children, if you have any doubts, just give me a comment in a comment box. I will clarify your doubts. Okay children, take your notes. Then later I will send my notes. You can copy it in your classwork note. Okay, thank you.